beautiful souls. Welcome to Spiritual Cryptos with Mr. Michael Rolla and I, Starseed Mystery School. And today we are bringing you alive all about staking and only staking. We are strictly going to just talk about this great aspect of cryptocurrency and also to plant seeds in your guys' consciousness, okay, to learn about more about and expand about staking. And when you learn, okay, as we have our spiritual lenses on, as we become more aware, as you are learning about staking, also realize you are learning and expanding your financial literacy on top of your crypto cognizance. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Mr. Michael, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I guess I am having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, I hope you all are too. And really, the importance of staking, in doing this video, we wanted to do it so you guys can really understand. By just understanding staking, it's going to explain a lot of the other things that are, you need to know and how the system works and how, because I think we've gone over just about most of it in pieces. So yeah, I'm excited for this because it hopefully explain a lot for you guys.
Yes, I totally think so. This has been a very popular demand request that we talk about this. And this is something why, you and I are this power team because things that I don't know, you know, and things that you don't know, I know. And so this is why this is going to be such a great educational video, not just for our audience, but also for me, because this is something I want to really learn as well. And so before we get into more of this, of course, you guys know we always do our disclaimer and always state the intention of this YouTube channel and also of our live streams. So this is a disclaimer to all of our viewers and subscribers to our YouTube channel. The more people waking up, the more 5D consciousness is integrated into the collective timelines. The more we come together through unity and community, the more we can fulfill the New Earth prophecy. It is a collective effort. This is why we are galactic emissaries and leaders for soul growth, evolution, and power back to our people. So use discernment in all that you absorb through your perceptions, and let this live be an exercise for our usement of discernment and for our hearts to be open. So let's get started.
That is why we are here, yes.
Yes. So I've got you guys, if you have any questions at all, please go ahead and say in the comments and we will most definitely get to you guys, okay? And also let us know where you're at. Where are we connecting these grids? Mr. Michael is coming from beautiful Mount Shasta area in Northern California. And I am coming from beautiful Glacier, crown of the continent in northwestern Montana. So we would love to know where we are connecting and let's get started.
Cool. Oh yeah, let me up in the chat. Okay, we got a lot to go over, guys. So staking cryptocurrencies, yes. So I got a little screen share thingy going on that I'm gonna attempt to do. So bear with me. But before we jump into that, the point of this being, what is staking? We've said it a lot of times, and essentially, what staking is what do I do with my cryptos now that I have my cryptos and they're just kind of sitting around, right? So you want to stake them. You want to stake them. You want to earn. You want to earn however you can, right? There's other things we can do, but in this case, we're going to focus on staking because staking is how the networks are held up. In one way to put it, we've talked about miners. We've talked about how it's a public ledger, and a node, right? Like we talked about master nodes, and then there's just regular nodes too, and it's all the structure based on the company and how they're doing their tokenomics and how they're doing their project. So it's different for everyone. Staking is always something you have to research for the for what you're staking and what you're going to receive for staking and how you're staking. On the last one, when we talked about Divi and ST Divi, Stivy, the idea with that is you would have to then, instead of just being able to stake Divi itself and earn Divi, you'd then have to work with Stakehound and you'd have to earn Stivy, and then you'd have to transfer your Stivy. And so there's still a lot of these like, complicated and they're not so complicated once you know how to do it, but just lengthier. There's a lot of steps and it's really what kind of keeps people away, which means that's an opportunity for all of us to get in there and do it. And the simple fact that it's going to replace our systems, and maybe not all of them, but many of them, and it's definitely here to stay. You're all getting this education and getting a leg up into what's coming into the future. Once the job market now, even, cryptocurrencies, blockchain jobs are like the top sought after jobs, and the money's pretty good. Because it's still, and because look how much you can make. You can probably get your paychecks in Bitcoin and or whatever crypto you want. And you can even do that now. We've talked about that too. There's a lot of things that this is going to help. It's going to help bank people who are unbanked. It's giving people in their own wallets, and when you get that wallet and you can stake on your wallet and you're just living your life and you're earning, like actually earning, like as opposed to the, 0.02% in your savings account and gets you a couple pennies, or like $10 at the end of the year. if you're a whale, if you're a huge whale, you made $1,000 over a whole year. And then with the inflation of the dollar, it's worse. It's worth less anyways than it would have been, if you would have just, I don't know, did something else. But what did you do? You just earned it. So I guess it's nice of them. But yeah, we can really just
So
get going.
staking, Michael, is
And yeah,
earning, right? Correct?
mhm.
So
Yeah,
that's all
because
it really means.
right, it's royalty money. We all want royalty money. So what is staking? It's royalties. It's putting your assets or your whatever into something. And I mean, where a royalty would be, I mean, it just churns it out over and over and over. It's like getting dividends of a stock, or it's like getting interest that you loaned out instead of paying the bank interest for what you loaned from the bank. Think of yourself as the bank. And so you're upholding the network, you're keeping the network alive. And so you get rewarded for doing that. And it's not just like because of that. That's what we're going to get into. I'll show the pictures and whatnot, but that's the mining aspect. So the miners are incentivized to get the rewards, the miner fees. So the miners are always going to be competing with each other. That's why there's these huge farms. And so staking is basically what miners sort of do. Like, but staking is just staking with the coin. So there's proof of work and there's proof of stake. And so proof of work is the way the miners do it. They prove that everything is being chopped up and it's doing this, that, or the other. It's pretty in depth. I don't want to jump too far in, but staking, proof of stake is the other one. And so you're proving, like a miner would, that the transaction is real, and you're mining the transaction. And then you append it to the blockchain, to the ledger. Once it's all verified and you got your confirmations, they'll go up and then it's official. So with staking, you're sort of doing you're doing that exact same thing, but without needing the hardware. You don't have to buy like the $4,000, $5,000 units for. You don't have to build like a computer with like high-end graphics card. That's why if you look at graphics cards, that's all gone up too, because staking, you can stake in the cloud in some of them, or you can stake on your computer where you leave your computer on like 24/7 and you just let it run constantly. And the less downtime it has, so you want it connected to the internet, everything else. And then you're running your electricity bill, all that kind of stuff. So it's more expensive. So staking is what allows us to perform these same functions. So eventually we won't have the need for all the miners. We will need mining because that's how Bitcoin is mined, right? Like primarily, there's a big, it's all different with each coin. When you're mining, you can mine a certain coin only, because you're just mining for those transactions on that blockchain. So with staking, it allows all of us to participate in the network and uphold it and keep it decentralized, right? And the more you grow and the more your shares grow, the more coins or whatever you get, the more network overall power you have, power because you have that much percent. You know, if there's 10 coins only that were made, and then Jazz had 50, I had 50, we have half and half of the network. Yeah, go ahead.
And I wanted to say to you guys, like the whole thing with staking and how it becomes more decentralized, or you utilizing blockchain to decentralize your lifestyle, is the fact that you become your own bank, meaning that you have the power and you have the power to uphold, or I'm not sure if I'm using that word right, but hold the interest, like have control of the interest earned. And of course, because it's decentralized, there's no middleman. So you, of course, will get 100% of the profits in whichever, in the guidelines of how that staking works, which you will go over. So I just wanted to explain that, is because you become the bank. Like what the banks were designed to do is now we have platforms where we can now become it. And the more that we learn, the more that we educate ourselves, the more that we can make monies, royal monies. So yes, I just wanted to share that.
So, as many nodes as you can get, as many staking coins, as many, you know, if it's 10,000 to stake, get another 10,000, stake those, get another 10,000, stake those. Because then eventually all those are going to make you another 10,000, and you just keep staking them. And then you're playing with the house's money, right? Because then, you know, the house is, right? So yeah, really, I mean, I guess to get into it more, I kind of just have to draw it out here, and I can just kind of explain it. Yeah, yield. Yeah, good. I'm glad you said, because I sort of started to talk about that. You know, just with the ways to earn. You know, master nodes, those are staking, right? And then mining, and then yield is just another. Yield is the interest that we should be earning on our bank accounts. That 0.2% for your fiat currency in the bank is completely trumped already, and it's here for all of us to be a part of by these coins. You know, I mean, you know, years ago, we would people were saying on, you know, YouTube and whatnot, you could, you know, that you're going to be able to get better interest on these coins. These companies are going to be able to compete with the banks because their tokenomics structure is going to offer more, and it's just going to happen. So this is what's happening with yield. So you just put, instead of staking where you put your coin somewhere and then it holds up the network, you just deposit it like an account, like a bank account, and then it'll earn you way better interest. You can even deposit just like your fiat dollars. So there's stable coins, which are supposed to be pegged one for one with whatever the dollar is in your country or whatever and so like you can just take one for one. So like the check that goes into your bank and your checking account or whatever, you can just put that into this thing and it's still one for one. So you don't have to play any games with cryptos, even if you don't want to do it. And you can gain like 0.6% or whatever, you know, annually, whatever the amount is, which is more, which you can't get in your checking account, you know, which you can set up a direct deposit to go into a crypto backed, you know, and then you'd be making interest, and they have the crypto cards. So now you have a crypto debit card that's Visa approved and MasterCard, and you're getting your paychecks direct deposited into that. So you get your yield because they're just going to offer more. They're going to offer because they can't, because, you know, with the coins. And then again, it depends which ones you get into. You always have to be careful, but, you know, that's what we're here to make sure you guys do too. Like, keep it decentralized, keep it in your own hands, you know, make as much as you can, but then get out. So, you know, put it in your own wallet so you have control, and then that's when you're your own bank. Because now, so if one guy bought all the Bitcoin, and then, you know, now he's the only one that has it to give, so he's the number one bank in the whole world, you know, if he had all of them. But and then it wouldn't be decentralized, so that would work. And the more he gives it out, the less power he has, right? So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just, we all have that opportunity to support our own networks, our own platforms, our own whatever blockchains and all of that. So yeah, what is staking? How can you stake? And what currencies? So yeah, this will start our screen share. So yes, the decentralized life is from us creating it. Earn passive incomes. Share. It must have took it off after like a set of.
Oh, okay. I see another one.
Do you have the option now?
Okay. Yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah, there it is. So this is stakingrewards.com. I'll turn over here to face this way. So it's really, really simple. So is it too dark under the light? Light. Hey, there we go. Okay, so here you can click, you go to stakingrewards.com, you can click on any one of the cryptos. So here's Cardano, there's Polkadot, there's Ethereum. You can even stake Ethereum. You can stake Tron right here for all of us that are in Tron. Okay, and so for example, we'll go to Tron, and there's a ton of them. And so down here, you will see where you can stake them with. So you can stake them on Binance Staking. You can stake them on Poloniex. Oh, why are you? Oh, I clicked on. Yeah, and so this would be. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a new computer here. So here on Binance, if you click on Binance, then you can see all the ones that you can stake on there. So Komodo, Algorand, Quantum, there's Tron right there. So you would earn 3.08% on your Tron. Whatever amount that you had, you would just earn that, and then we'd have to read it to see how they pay it out. But typically with staking, it just you start earning maybe after a couple hours of it being up on the network. Some of them I've staked with. I earned it like before I logged out, and I mean it was like 0.000, whatever. But it starts as soon as you lock it up, as soon as you put it on the blockchain, and it starts running the algorithms and trying to figure out the numbers, and then that's what it'll be. So go on staking rewards, find whatever one crypto that you have, and then you really just kind of got to follow the process from after that. Definitely reach out, and we'll be doing more. But each one again has its own unique tier. So on Binance, right, 6.63%. But if you were to stake it on Moonstake, you get 6.08. Everstake. And so then you have to sign up with all of these different ones. You have to get your wallets. There's Input Output Global, the only one they have 6.42. And there's a security with every single one. See, so this is a private, so it's not, so you have to be careful with anything that you're giving your keys to. You want to make sure that staking locks up your coins so that no one can touch them for a period of time, no matter if you had a virus on your computer or whatever, that it will be delivered out, it'll be released back into your account, stuff like this, so really a lot of people are going to be getting into cryptos and they're not going to know how the whole system works, so they're just going to buy whatever they think to buy, or this or that. So really knowing what you're doing and making sure that you're securing your assets, because this is everybody wants crypto. All the big boys are going to want your cryptos too. So here is going to be where I'm going to draw. I'm going to attempt to draw my mouse pad. So I wanted to go through a visual for you guys, right? So if you think of this is your ledger, right? You can also call it a node, okay? And it's the blockchain. Oop, oop, oop. You gotta get a pen for this, right? So here's your blockchain, whichever one. Here, okay. So the miners, so you have your transaction. So whatever this transaction is that goes into this one, it's being mined. Okay. Oops, I'm not gonna try to type words. So it's getting mined, and then after it's proven, so there's an input and an output. Let's see. All right, bear with me. So up here you have your. This is like this is your input, okay? And so the miner is going to be mining. I wanted to. This is really bad, guys. So your transaction is here, the new one that's coming in, your input. It's really bad, sorry. So the miner's down here and it's calculating. So it's taking what this last transaction was, it's calculating what this one is, and then it has to guess a special number. There's a target number. And if it guesses the right number and it's within the target, then it's approved and it goes up onto the blockchain. That's what staking is you're mining, you're acting as a miner. So you're verifying the transactions that are coming through and happening on the network. So now, like I was saying earlier, you don't need to buy an expensive mining unit, which is like $4,000 or $5,000. And just for one, where there's farms that have hundreds, if not thousands of them, where they're mining Bitcoins or whatever coins like crazy. So with staking, for example, you put so Divi, right? It's 10,000. Oh God, this is the weirdest mouse. There's 10,000 Divi, okay? And then this is just terrible. I need a pen for this. um, this mouse, one flat pad. So basically, if you take the 10, you're going to get a percentage. And I showed this on our last one. I don't have the picture right now, but with Divi. So, for example, if you're staking 10,000, you'll earn maybe 20% ROI. If you're staking more, you're going to earn more. So the more you accumulate, and then when you're staking them, you're earning more. So this 10,000 gets you maybe 50 a day or something like that, let's say. And then it's going to just accumulate over and over and over. So while you're just living your life, you can then either pull that 50 out if you get 50 a day and then convert it into you needed lunch or something, and then you let the rest ride. And then as it goes up, you can get another node for 10,000 with Divi. Once you get 100,000, you set up a master node, and then that goes off into the cloud. And it's the same concept of master node, and staking. So the miner is already automatically a node on the network, right? It's like a master node, but it only performs mining functions. Whereas a master node performs governance, and so it votes on what the blockchain is going to do, the direction that it's going to go. And this is a whole nother area with that, but that's for helping to keep it decentralized. That allows for the people to vote, to be a part of the network, and really not keep it in the hands of anybody else. So with mining, it's mining, staking, and like master nodes running a node. It's all the same thing. But like I said earlier, it's proof of work or proof of stake are the main two. So proof of work is all the miners that are doing the physical, like the actual work. They're verifying it. They're the accountants or whatever. And even though it's all calculating, no matter what, proof of stake holds the network up without needing the miner, and you just lock your staking up.
I got a question, Michael.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, if someone were wanting to stake, what is like rough guesstimate of minimum?
It depends on the coin. So Divi's 10,000. Once Divi's
wallet, depends on the coin. That's right.
Once Divi's wallet comes out, it's going to be 1,000 to stake from your wallet or from your mobile phone, the mobile wallet. And the mobile wallet's going to have it's not going to have your keys online. So it's going to be like the most secure mobile wallet ever. Because I'm super stoked for when this thing comes out.
Yes, me too.
But okay, so I don't use this too much, and they changed the format. So right here, earn. If you had, right, so Divi, so your term was, we'll just do a year. So you're going to stake it. See, so you can stake it, or you can run all these different nodes. So we'll say stake. You put in Yes.
Michael, can you
Yeah.
actually copy that URL and type it in the chat?
Yeah.
Because this is so cool. Like, you guys, because it's cool because there's all of these different tiers of what you can do on the blockchain. And if you were to invest and how long, and this is future casting. This is one of the most coolest things about cryptocurrency. And you'll understand deflationary currency more by seeing a future cast, like seeing the total reward rate, the value and the current holdings value and all of the statistics that it's going to give you.
Oh, that one's private. Yeah. Put it in the private. Can you get it out of the private and then just move it over?
Cool. I just did. That way
Yeah.
people can see.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So here you can do the example. So calculate your earnings, fake divvy.
Yeah.
So like if you don't have a full node and you just have 10,000, I mean, so it says it right here. So your current holdings is that much, your total rewards. Where's the 365 days? Yeah, so if you did like 30 days for a month, so you get 259 divvy, right? And the way I see it is when that goes to a dollar, I mean, look at, you know what I mean? There's so many. This is what happened with Dash, the first master node. It was the guy paid $1,200 for it, and now it's worth half a billion. It's like, or is it half a million? It's either 500,000 or it's 500 million, like at this
That's
point.
so
But
crazy because that's just
yeah,
like what Divi's worth like right now. Like not
right,
even like next month, next year.
right,
Like that's
exactly.
just right now, right now.
And it's a sleeper. Yeah, it's been because they're doing a lot of things behind the scenes, and they're in the third world country. They're bringing bank to the unbanked, so they're in a lot of developing countries. So as far as America seeing America, it's we're still early, and I can't wait to see what's coming with these guys.
Well,
They're just
also
gonna,
too, like
yeah,
this is exactly what third world countries need. You know
yep,
what I'm saying? And the fact that we have star seeds, okay, here's the thing is that we have like star seeds and light workers who are going to watch us, who are watching this and who are of other ethnicities and who need to be bringing this to our people. If we come from third world countries, second world countries, whatever, anywhere. It's
yeah,
about sharing this information and expanding the knowledge that we have and being able to give it because like this is crazy, like the amount of return we are seeing in any and all types of affiliation with blockchain technology. It's
exactly.
crazy.
And that's going to be, and especially in those countries where money is so much more valuable, or to them because they don't have it. So your 100 divvy that you can send somebody is going to make a huge difference in their lives. Um,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I mean, the top tier here we talked about, it's 10,000 now because everything took a dip, so it's dipping right now. So we're at about 5.25 cents. So yeah, and I mean, but this was 2 cents. I was messing around with this when it was between 2 and 4. That was the high back then. It was like 2 and 4, 2 and 4, 2 and 4, and then it go above 4, and then it come back down. And now I haven't seen it go below 5. So it's got a new level, and this is called the price appreciation, phase. But again, it's when the coin starts to mature more and it has the backing and it has, and being with, watching a company, succeed like this because they started off small and then they actually hired a C level management like about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago. So their whole team is blowing up, building out, and the CEO was giving a speech in front of all the big dogs and in Puerto Rico. So I mean, these
That's
guys are
so
awesome.
cool. Those
Yeah,
are like
they,
our big bros, big sis, like
yeah,
inspirations.
right. Right. These guys are total like soul fam. That's why
Oh, for
I
sure,
love
for
them right off
sure.
the bat because they're bringing it to, they're doing what we're doing. We're all doing, and that's those
Yeah.
are the projects you want to get behind too. And it doesn't mean that you can't ride up the way or ride up with the other ones, but eventually, us taking this back is going to require us to really, you know, choose what we do with our time, with our energy, with our intentions, what we invest in. And like, it's going to be a lot to think about, to integrate, really. But sorry
Well,
for
that
that
was
really,
amazing.
really
Thank you
bad
for that.
drawing.
Oh,
Just
no,
not
no, that was not bad. That was perfect. And
uh,
I really love how you implemented the visualization because
yeah,
sometimes people, or not sometimes, all the time people need it because cryptocurrency is still here and people are down here and they're like, huh? Like the consciousness goes up. Okay, I get it. Okay, no, I don't get it. Okay, I get it. Yeah, no, 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 I don't get it. So we need that visualization to show what blockchain is
that's
and
what I'm
this
going to
and
do
that.
at least. Yes, so you can follow me while I talk, all of that. And this is what, I'm creating behind the scenes more for all of us and stuff like that. But when I can get it to work, right? So it's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to just kind of doing more of these because it's so much easier to explain it this way instead of me just, talking or, like you said, because we hear and integrating it, you hear that one thing on
Absolutely.
that level you're at and you're like, oh, that's it
Mhm.
right there. But now you have to
And then
connect
you lost
everything
me.
else and you miss whatever else. Yeah. And so then you got to
Yeah.
come back and then that's why we got to keep, I want to always hop on and, do videos all the time, but we got to
That
repeat it
was, yes. And
for all of us.
absolutely. And that's the thing, you guys, is because, with these live streams, just back phrase, or even speed it up, slow it down, whatever you need to do, whether you speed it up 5 seconds or whatever, or you know what I'm saying? Because it's really good because every time you hear something, it's like reading a book. You get more information because you've integrated something new or something else as you go on with life. It's like as you integrate more, like over time, it's like the same thing with this deflationary currency. It's like over time, the value over time, the
Yeah.
value
And
over
nobody
time.
notices it, right?
And no one's catching on. And these are the leaders in this industry who are the first ones, the adopters before the masses. So this is
Right.
amazing. Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. The ears to hear, eyes to see, all of that, right? That's why it's spiritual, you know. That's why it all clicks. It all clicks. So,
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And this
yeah.
was like a little shortness of a live stream because we want to give you guys real good information and like in sections where you guys know, okay, well, this is what we're going to talk about today. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Just so you guys have direct information. Like you have a question and an answer. Very
And
direct.
feeling like we're doing too much too. Yeah. So, if
Right.
we can just keep the videos even like, staking, for today and stuff. So yeah, definitely let us know too, if you like that or, but
And you guys can always book a consultation with us. We have services. Our services are doing our user setup. If you're a beginner and you need help setting up, and also too, we do consultations. And this is something that we do together where Michael and I both are with you and we come to you as spiritual channels, as spiritual perspectives on any and everything that you need clarity on and helping you become more aware of like either blocks or things of where we can expand and raise consciousness. So we are here for you guys, and our link is in the description bio. So thank you
yeah,
guys so
yeah.
much.
And come check out the group, where we just, send
Yes.
out even more information, so as you're going through your week, I do little videos I'm starting to do every now and then and just articles, things that you guys should keep an eye out for, Um, yeah, yeah. So for a little more information, check us out there, Spiritual Cryptos on Facebook.
Yes. And be on the lookout. We're just planting little seeds, little spiritual crypto seeds. That spiritual crypto retreats are coming in the very near future. So
Oh, yeah.
keep that in mind, y'all, with all this retreat season coming up,
Wait,
because the Starseed Summer Retreat is this June. So
guys,
I will see you guys there.
you're there. Bye,
Alrighty, bye.
man.